for giving us the opportunity to update folks on the Project Browser initiative. I'm Leslie Glynn. Myself and Chris Wells are the initiative leads. So what is the Project Browser Strategic Initiative? The goal is to make it easier to find and install modules for people that are 1. New to Drupal, and that are 2. Site builders. The initiative was announced by Dries at DrupalCon Global 2021. One of the first things site builders do after installing Drupal is to add modules. Let's make this easier to do. The community has been talking about this since 2011. Robert Douglas at DrupalDevDays and Wal Katana as part of Google's Summer of Code. Note that there are screenshots used in this presentation. Those are meant for decorative purposes, not specifically to be read. What are the goals of the MVP? The ability to browse modules compatible with the Drupal version your site is using. Provide instructions for downloading and installing modules. Initially filter by category, possibly add some advanced filtering, and initially it will be a contrib module. The goals after MVP are to automatically install via Composer using the Automated Updates initiative, include core modules in the browser results, add filters like ecosystem and/or use case, have the detail pages be within the project browser instead of linking out to Drupal.org, expand to search themes and distributions, and hopefully it'll be a core module. So how are we organized? The Site Builder Subcommittee's focuses on research and recommendations. I lead this group. We hold listening sessions to gather input from our target audiences. We solicit feedback on the prototype for usability and ease of understanding. The regular initiative meetings, the focus is on implementation. Chris leads this group. They're currently working on creating the initial 1.0 version of the project browser. The Site Builder Subcommittee is working on the top 100 modules, the most popular Drupal 9 modules that meet the default criteria for recommended modules in the project browser. Things that are covered by Drupal security team, have at least one release, be actively maintained, and have an issue queue. We're initially working on 3 things: the short description, the logo, and the categories for these modules. This information will be displayed on the cards and the list view in the project browser. We're also looking at revisiting the categories. It's a large undertaking, but it's important for filtering on the project browser. Modules currently have between 0 and 30 categories. Several key modules have no categories. We're evaluating removing outdated categories, combining categories, renaming, and possibly adding new categories. There are currently 55 categories to choose from. We're also considering limiting the number of categories a module can have. Another thing we're doing is looking at improving the project pages on Drupal.org. The goal is to give module evaluators high-level information so they can make an informed decision. Recommendations so far include adding more screenshots and providing a template for the description field to make things more consistent across modules. In terms of implementation, a major hurdle with getting project data from Drupal.org is that the current API is inadequate for our needs, and since Drupal.org will be moving to Drupal 9 in the near future, we're developing a mock API that we can use to demonstrate how an API should be rebuilt on Drupal.org. We're also working on implementing a swappable plugin system for backends to the project browser data endpoint, so we can easily transition from the mock endpoint to the real endpoint, and this opens up the possibility of having other endpoints as well. We've been selected as an alpha tester for moving from Drupal CI to GitLab CI for folks interested in that. We currently have minimal automated testing in place, and getting the groundwork laid would enable us to expand that more rapidly and reliably. The original prototype was built using Svelte.js as a way to rapidly create a functional front end. We need input around whether to commit to Svelte and try to get that into core, or to convert all of the Svelte code to vanilla JavaScript. Regardless of what we choose, we definitely need help with the front end. There are some UI improvements to be made based on recommendations from the Site Builder Subcommittee's user testing on the current mockups. While we currently have done a lot of great work on the card version and we have a lot of great design resources, there's always room for more input on these issues, as well as people needed to implement some of the redesign elements. Chris and I will be at DrupalCon in April. Chris will be in the general contribution room. I will be in the mentored contribution room. All skill levels are welcome to join us. There are 2 BOFs scheduled. One is an intro to the initiative, and the other will be a discussion on the project pages, and these are scheduled for Monday. So how can you help with the Project Browser initiative? Join the Project Browser channel on Drupal Slack. Our weekly meetings are held there. Work on open issues. Some are noted in the slides. Everyone is welcome to join us, all types of contributors, all skill levels. Thank you very much to those who have contributed so far. Special shout out to the Discover Drupal participants for their contributions. Thank you everyone, and we look forward to seeing you in the Project Browser channel.